Today is January 23rd, 2026, and it is National Pie Day. I thought that was March 14th, but that's Pie Day. This is Pie Day, not Pie Day. Yeah, I can understand the confusion. Welcome to This Day in History from, wait, that's random. I'm your host, C.L. Burns. On this date in 1896, the first X-ray image of a human body part was taken. It was a picture of a hand. For the first time, people could see inside themselves without surgery. Bones, joints, the outline of something that had always been hidden suddenly appeared on a flat image. And what makes this strange isn't just the science, it's the reaction. People were not only fascinated, but they were unsettled. The idea that the human body could be seen through felt invasive, almost unnatural. Privacy used to end at the skin. Suddenly, it didn't. Overnight, medicine changed. But so did the way that people thought about their own bodies. Something that had always been mysterious became visible. And once that happened, it's hard to unsee it. Which brings up an interesting thought. Seeing something isn't the same as understanding it. And once you start revealing hidden things, the next step is usually trying to predict what comes next. That idea shows up earlier on the same date. 1861, the first public weather forecast was published in the Times of London. Before that, the weather was something you reacted to, not something you planned around. If a storm came in, it came. Can you imagine today that you're sending your kids off to school and you get 12 inches of snow and you got to figure out how to get them. Anyway, forecasting turned the future into information. And that's kind of strange when you think about it. A prediction doesn't just change the weather, it changes behavior. People adjust plans. Ships delay departures. Farmers make decisions. Now they can see what the weather's going to be like days in advance and can plan when they're going to plant crops or, harvest crops. The future becomes something you prepare for instead of accept. In a way, weather forecasting did for time what X-rays did for the body. It pulled something hidden into view and told people you don't have to guess anymore. Or at least you don't have to guess as much, because the weather, still the weather. X-rays don't show everything. And once you start predicting the future, the next logical step is trying to control it. Which brings us to the last thing that I saw. 1799. The Dutch East India Company was finally dissolved. At one point, this wasn't just a company. It was a private empire. It had its own army, its own navy. It negotiated treaties, governed territory, and influenced global trade. And yet, technically, it was just a business. What's strange is how modern that sounds. A private organization shaping the future of entire regions, controlling information, resources, and movement, all while operating under the idea of commerce. When it collapsed, it wasn't because the idea was outrageous. It was because it became unsustainable, too powerful, too entangled with politics, money, and control. When you line these three moments up, patterns start to form. On this day, humans learn to see inside the body. They learn how to predict the future in a way. And they watched a corporation collapse after acting too much like a government. Each one, I guess you could say, pulling something hidden into the open. And once something is visible, whether it's bones, storms, or power, it can't really be ignored anymore. Well, that's all for today. We'll check out tomorrow, see what I can find. If you want to know more about me or the work I do, you can find everything at waitthat'srandom.com. I'm C.L. Burns, and I appreciate you stopping by.